We have a lot of ideas based on the brainstorming session that you just did in your meeting, solving this problem. Now, you can't deal with this many ideas. You've got to bring people down to some common solutions that everyone can agree on. So the first thing you can say is, well, we've got all these ideas. Now think about these ideas and think about having ideas that are on target or within budget, or they meet our timeline guidelines, or they have the greatest impact. They may just feel right. So set some criteria with your group for sorting out these ideas. This is where kind of an alternative or a dot voting technique comes in. So make sure those criteria are up and visible, and then people will come along and say, I'm going to give you about 10% of the ideas. So if you have 25 ideas, you might be able to vote, say, on 3 ideas. And so people will come up and they'll say, okay, I really like this idea to solve the problem. I really like this idea, and I really like this idea. Everybody's putting their dots on, or they can be putting check marks, and somebody says, oh, I really like this. And in the end, you might find you've got a couple of ideas with quite a few marks on them, quite a few dots or marks, and some that just don't appeal at all. So you might say, so what are you seeing here? Let's count them up. Well, we've got 2 here and 1 here, and we've got 1 and we've got 2 and we've got 4, and then we've got 2. So they might say, well, let's take this idea and enlarge it and say, well, because we had 4 of us say that that's a pretty good idea, we'll put it up in big writing and we'll say that might be an idea that we'd like to examine a little bit further. And these 2 here also came forward, and we'll put that up on a big note and say, what if we tried that? And then finally we'll take this last one and we'll say that one had votes as well, and we'll just put it on a bigger thing. So right now what you've done is taken a lot of different ideas using a form of dot voting to ensure that you get that convergence down to 2 or 3 ideas.